You computer. Okay, cool. Everyone, I'm so excited to have you here today and thank you for joining live and for everyone watching the recording. I'm so excited that you're going to see all of this information. So we're going to start off the session with Rose is going to kick us off. So Rose is collabing with me in the membership. She specializes in system regulation. She's going to share a little bit more about herself, and what she does and all of it. So, Rose, would you take us into the
Sure.
session? Yay.
Yeah. So what we like to do when I join the webinars is like just a little grounding practice. So basically, what I do and what I'm offering in the membership is science-based nervous system regulation techniques. Currently, the terminology for that is somatic work. So if you do see something that says somatic work, that somatic work on its own, like the scientific practice of it is all about nervous system regulation. So sometimes you might see somebody say something is somatic and it includes other modalities, like it's a bit of a mixed modality thing. But at the core of somatic work, it's nervous system regulation. So, yeah, so um, today I'm thinking a great place to start just to bring us down from this long week. Normally midweek, we're a little bit scattered. We just feel a little bit like there's just a load on us. And to be able to take in the information that Bea is going to share, I just like to guide us through a small grounding practice to just get us really in the moment and feeling present. And so today's exercise is literally going to be as simple as focusing on your breath. So just bringing your awareness to your breath without worrying about changing it or judging it or anything. Just observe your breath with a sense of curiosity. So it might naturally slow as you bring your awareness to it. Sometimes when we're very tense, we might notice ourselves actually holding our breath, or you think you bring your awareness to your breath and you think, but where is my breath? And that's yeah, it's just a good little reminder, like a little check-in with your body to see where you're actually at. If you are holding your breath, you are most likely in a little bit of a stress state. It happens. And it's just a great reminder to just check in, and you can then move forward with a little bit of like a correction in a sense. So if you're holding your breath, it's you might want to take a deep breath or just resume your breathing. And yeah, you might find yourself just naturally deepening your breath. And yeah, but on that note, let's just take 3 deep breaths together and then Bea can take us away. So I'll count us in. 1 deep breath and exhale. Another deep breath and exhale. And one last deep breath and exhale. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, thank you, Rose. Every time when we do such simple things like just getting back to our awareness, I realize how much we just tense up. And now, of course, I'm in this space as well, but I think throughout the day we tend to use to do this. And of
Yeah.
course, nervous system regulation is such a foundational part of hormonal regulation, of course, because it does the stress hormone side. And because our stress hormones are is master hormones. If you're in such a fight or flight the whole time, our female hormones struggle to balance. So that's why I brought Rose in, and thank you for this. It's so exciting. So Rose is going to offer twice, yes, 2 classes a month where it's live, you join, And it's all embodiment, awareness, breath work, nervous system regulation stuff. And I think the most beautiful thing is going to be is you're going to walk a journey with the members, which is very exciting. I think there's going to be a clear before and after, especially if you do it, if you're with us for a while in the membership. So Rose, thank you. I think you're going to end us off with another thing there, hopefully. Yes. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
something a little bit longer, just a really nice technique to activate the vagus nerve and
Okay.
get into a relaxed state.
Yay, thank you. This is awesome. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. While I'm sharing it, would anyone that is new to... Okay, wait, let me just get my numbers right. Okay, firstly, can you see my screen? Let's get in there. Yeah. Yes, awesome. Okay. So anyone who is new, please post a 1 in the chat. And the regulars, a 2. Let me just get an indication of all the new people here. And if you know me by now, I love to interact, so you can just have your chat open. It's all about Taylor to a Hope. Yes, definitely a regular. It's awesome. So I have a few familiar faces, a few new ones. This is so awesome. Okay, let's get into it. So today is really about sharing more about what the membership is about. Okay, let me do this. What the membership is about. And for you, I know there's a few Karos and other practitioners on the group as well who's listening to this, which is awesome. So for you to really identify, if you want to send patients to the membership, what they're going to get, how they will be held in the space, and just, yeah, all of that. And of course, you can ask questions. So for the people that don't know me yet, I'm Bia. I'm the founder of the Happy Hormone Club. The club has been running for about 5 years. Can you believe it? And I started studying environmental science. I have a master's in groundwater. I worked as a scientist for many years, but I was diagnosed with PCOS. So polycystic ovarian syndrome, it affects 1 in 10 women. And it really forced me to stop and listen to my body. And I needed to really evaluate, what am I putting into my body? Is the pill really fixing it like everyone is saying? Um, and I actually found natural solutions without the pill. Of course, I'm not anti anything. There's a space for everything. But when we want to balance our hormones naturally, honoring our cycle, looking at the food, our lifestyle is so valuable. And I healed. I lost my weight. I lost my 20 kilograms, and I cleared my um well, let's say clear my, I want to, my anxiety, my PMS all disappeared. So when we value our lifestyle and food and work with practitioners that honor the way that you feel in your body, it's so, so important. Okay. So then I studied holistic nutrition, I did a Pilates course, and I did a womb massage course. Okay, just a little bit of background. And then Rose, I think you're going to share a little bit more about your story perhaps at the end. But Rose also has a beautiful story on her nervous system regulation and, of course, how that balanced her hormones. So I think embodied wisdom is so powerful when you work, yeah, with other people. So today I'm gonna share who the membership is for, the foundations of the membership. And I'm going to take you through a live guided tour. So excited. And then Rose is going to end us off with a guided somatic cycle syncing demo, which is always, always beautiful. Okay. So firstly, is this you? Or if you're listening for patients, can you see this in your patients? So ambitious women, tired of being dismissed or giving surface level answers, or it's just in your head type of answers. If you want to really understand your body and your cycle. And if you know your symptoms are not in your head and it shouldn't be normal, okay? And also, if you have symptoms like PMS, pain, fatigue, weight gain, headaches, irregular cycles, breast tenderness, if you've been diagnosed with a hormonal condition like PCOS, endometriosis, and you're ready, like you're really ready to commit to your own health and your well-being, then you are in the right place. Okay. So, how do we actually know we have hormonal imbalances? There are a lot of signs and symptoms. So, firstly, when you wake up tired, I think that's one of them as well. You're super fatigued, you have energy dips, and especially that energy dip 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then needing coffee for energy. If you have any PMS, like those mood issues, the 10 days before your cycle, the moodiness, the irritability, and even to a degree where you have PMDD, where it's a severe case of depression and anxiety a few days before your period starts. If you have sugar cravings or hangry, so hungry, angry, and then you have a bit of weight around the middle. So yes, the weight around the middle can show hormonal imbalances. It can also show hormonal shifts if you go into perimenopause. Then any period pain, cramps, breast tenderness, irregular cycles, missing cycles, clotting. So things that is a bit unbearable for you. And then any other symptoms like acne, bloating, or headaches. Okay. Now in the chat, would you let me know, do you have any of these type of symptoms? If you want to be specific, you can write down any symptoms that you're struggling with if you want to share it. If not, you can just write a yes in the chat. And also, I think for those of you listening for your patients and your clients, you can also see, are you seeing this in some of your clients at the moment? I think the big thing is we don't always make the connection. So for the practitioners listening, you are already such a trusted source for your patients coming to you that you can maybe have a few questions for them. If you ask them how this cycle is, you can start making that connection for them, the mind-body connection, and even just the realization and the awareness, like Rose did for us, the awareness that something might be off, so that you can just start asking the questions. That's where your journey starts. Because symptoms is literally just the way the body signals. It just tells us something is off, please listen to me, otherwise I'm going to scream. And for all of you that know me very well, this is my simple plant analogy, but it's such a visual. Like if you have a strawberry plant in your back garden and it's not producing fruit and the leaves are not green and it's not looking good, we know something is off. Because a plant ultimately and our body ultimately produces a healthy fruit every month. And if it's not, if this is us, if we burnt out, if our cycles are off, if we're not producing that fruit every month, I need to ask questions like why are we this? Why is our body in this state? And this, I think, is always my favorite quote. I think I've quoted it a million times, but when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. So this just takes us back to why, again, our environment is so important for our hormonal balance. Environment includes our lifestyle, our food choices, the stress and the toxins, and that affects how our body is going to regulate and then balance out our hormones. And all of these, your daily environment or your environment really comes down to the things that you're exposed to on a daily basis. And if we boil that down even further, where you can be empowered Sorry. It is your daily habits. So now, another one in the chat. If you can relate, just give me a yes to these things. Can you relate? You wake up, you check your phone. Then you normally make your coffee. Then you rush, get your kids to school, and just start working because you're in it, you're jumping into a meeting, you're seeing patients and clients, and you sort of like didn't prep breakfast, so you're not eating, but you're just getting stuff done. But now it's 11 and you just grab a muffin because you're starving. So you just need to eat something, but you just keep on working. And then at 3 p.m., you are so exhausted that firstly, you'll eat anything, or you just drinking more coffee so you can just get through it because you still have to see another patient. Anyone who can relate to this? Let me just check this chat. Yeah. Roxanne, yes. Okay, very typical. Yeah, of course, been there so many times. This is the typical client that sits in front of me when I do my one-on-one consultations, where this is a very typical day for most people. And then, of course, our monthly cycles that are symptoms that we get that we think is normal are things like our PMS, our low energy, the weight, the acne, all the things I mentioned in the beginning. The interesting part is we don't always connect the way that we show up every day and how our cycle responds at the end of the month. But the beautiful thing is, it's so empowering to know that there's a link between your symptoms and your daily habits. And the empowering part is you are in control most of the time. You're not in control of your boss and how the person reacts every day, and you're not control in on the air that you're breathing, maybe if you're driving traffic. Like there's a few things you're not in control of, but a lot of the times, if you look at those things, there's a lot that you are in control of. So that is when we were sitting and all of the years really working on the backbone of this membership. When Rose and I sat and we thought like, okay, what are the three pillars of having balanced hormones? We boiled it down to these three main components. At the top one is you have to reconnect. So in reconnect, you have to firstly reconnect to your menstrual cycle. The rhythm that is different than the day-to-day circadian rhythm that resets. That's a big one because hormones literally changes your brain chemistry, that you show up differently every single day. You also have to reconnect to the mind-body connection. And that I mean is what are you eating and how are you feeling by what you are consuming? It's such a big one. I have so many clients that tell me they bloated, but then I ask them, what did you eat today and yesterday? And they struggle to make the connection of, I ate this and I don't know if it was that. There's so much power in understanding your mind-body connection because you are in control. Even all the stuff that I say or your doctor says, you still are the person inside of your body. Okay, so the first one is reconnection. In that one is the food, so blood sugar regulation and menstrual cycle awareness. The blue block is the regulation, so the nervous system work. And the yellow one is the restoration, restoring of your nutrients. I find a lot of women are focusing a lot on calories and not necessarily on nutrients. So you are starved nutritionally, but you're in a deficit. And the balance is very out in how we understand nutrients specifically for female hormones. Okay, so these are the three pillars that, or the relief system that we built into the membership. But we made it very, very simple. Like, I'll show you when I do the membership tour. We made it very simple daily hormone supportive habits. Simple things like eating a breakfast. A breakfast. Okay. And the results with these type of very simple habits I've seen over the years, like for Bianca, she lost 9 kilograms in 6 weeks by refueling herself, restoring her nutrients, rebalancing her blood sugar. Very, very small things. There are a few on here that have worked with me, and sometimes it's literally just eat a balanced breakfast, eat a carrot salad, and you can actually see results in quick, like 6 weeks, 4 weeks. Like Tamsin also, her PMS reduced so much when she again implemented small whole food recipes into her life. Nothing dramatic. And Carla, she's probably going to listen to the recording. She did my course. And I think she always just messages me and said, "Oh, I'm eating my carrot salad. And if I don't do my salad, I feel very bad and my PMS comes back." So it's all the stuff that I've learned over the years where women actually have the capacity to implement these small things to see the results. So the key is literally the implementation. So you can know a lot. And I find a lot of women are so overwhelmed. There's so much information out there. We don't know where to start. You walk out of an office, you're diagnosed with a hormonal condition, and you're like, okay, what now? Like, should I do this? Should I cut this out? I don't know where to start. And even there's so much advice out there. Like, should you completely go low carb? Should you just do sweetness? Should you do intermittent fasting? So yes, the confusion is definitely there. And also what I've seen a lot of times is I have clients that they have all the right things. They tell me they have magnesium because they read up magnesium is good. And I said magnesium is good. But then they say my magnesium is sitting on my counter and I just forget to take it. Can anyone relate to that even? Like, you know what to do, but life happens and you don't make that recipe and you forget your supplement. And I think that's a big part of what I've seen over the years with a lot of my women coming through is in the beginning it's super exciting and then you forget. But I'm going to share exactly how I created the membership to help with those things. Okay. So the three main things that I really, really stand for is clarity over confusion. So clear steps, simple things that you can follow and implement, especially if you've been diagnosed. So you know what you know what to do. Clarity is the main thing that you need to start a journey and feel good. Natural over synthetic. So big things that I promote is looking at what is natural foods versus synthetic foods. And the body understands natural. So again, looking at that triangle, it again supports the restoration part. So all the recipes are whole foods based. It helps you understand how much of a burden a lot of the synthetic things are, like the colorant, the preservatives, and all of it. But again, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle because the moment you realize when you eat more natural stuff, you feel a lot better. And that's a big thing that everyone is going to learn in the membership is that mind-body connection. Connecting to what works for you the best. And then, of course, support over isolation. I find this is almost one of the biggest things, is that we scroll on Instagram, so we're overwhelmed, and we have a diagnosis, so we don't know where to start, and then we don't know really who to ask. So this is literally the container that we made. a place where while you're learning, while you're embodying this knowledge, is you can ask the questions and you will have support. It's gonna be the thing that actually makes you take that next step. And of course, so it is a container with all the members inside, beautiful. But of course, we take a lot of care into making it an individual experience as well. So when you sign up, you complete an intake form where I ask you things like, what are your symptoms? What are you working on? So that I know exactly all the information inside of the membership is going to be tailored for you. And if there's something coming up, like maybe I had a client yesterday asking about hair loss. At the moment, I'm still working on a masterclass for hair loss, but then at least I can let you know we're working on it. It will come. So I know everyone in the membership is tailored for. The other thing that's so exciting is in these group settings is once a month in my big coaching call. It's going to be in 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks. You apply for to be part of the hot seat coaching. So then in a group setting, you can ask your questions. I only focus on you. So you can walk away feeling super, super empowered. You know what to do. And I normally select three members. And we do a whole coaching session with those three members. So all the other women also learn. In the beginning, you might just want to listen and observe, and then maybe next month you want to apply, and it's your chance to really get guided information for your specific symptoms. Right. And then when we look holistically at how long is it going to take for you to actually find relief? So I have clients that they've done small tweaks, and when their next cycle comes, they have found relief. It's amazing. So, but when we look at the egg, so literally the egg that you are nurturing now develops over 3 months. So the one that's going to pop ovulate over 3 months is already being developed now. So all the good work that you're doing now, getting the nutrients in, restoring regulating your nervous system, all of that is really going to show up for you in 3 months. So that's also what we recommend for women trying to conceive is at least spend 3 months doing quality work, getting all the nutrients in, doing the nervous system regulation, so that we know that when the egg that ovulates then is normally a really good quality egg. Okay, so that's what I recommend. Of course, we have monthly signups. You don't have to sign up for 3 months. But if you can join for 3 months at least, you will definitely feel the most benefit. And at the moment, I have 33 founding member slots open. So these are the founding members are at a really good price at the moment. And I think the founding members, it's such an exciting place to get in because we are still a very small community. You will probably, I'll probably get hot seats for everyone throughout the time. Um, it's just exciting, and it's always nice to get in the beginning. We learn together a lot, and yeah. So this today, the 1st of April, is officially the launch. So we are ready for you. The other thing about this membership is you can join anytime. And I'm going to share more about the monthly classes, that you know what the schedule is like. But you can join when you're ready, which is so exciting. So I think we're ready for a membership tour now. Okay. Then I would love to open the floor for any questions. I'm very excited to hear about that. Okay, let me just multitask. It's like we can't really multitask well, so let's just do one thing. Okay. Oh, Taylor, wow, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Activity feed. Yay! Okay, so you have arrived, ladies. So when you sign up, this is where you land. So this is your private community. The activity feed is where a lot of the fun happens. It's literally like a Facebook vibe, but it's all private and focused. And yes, okay, so the activity feed is where we share things like our members' stories because we value each person as an individual here. We do things like Cycle Track Tuesday. Taylor, you joined my course, so you know all about Cycle Track Tuesdays. It's another way for all the members to show up and understand like checking in with themselves. Okay, so this is the main feed that you arrive at. Of course, it's guided, so you will go to Start Here, where you will get your intake form. It takes you to Google Forms. And of course, I have a video of explaining exactly how the platform works if you want to go back to that, and explaining the reward system. Okay, I'm not going to go into that now. It's exciting, so I'm going to leave it for the end. Then we have our class schedules, like this class today. All the links are on here. Even the recordings are listed on this page. Okay, so we are currently here. The recording will literally be listed here at the end of it. Then you'll see somatic classes. Rose does it in 6 days. My next coaching call is in 13 days. And then the hot seat coaching is on 27 days. So you exactly know when all the classes are. We normally do it on Wednesday nights. All of them are recorded. Okay, so a big thing that we are so excited about is helping women show up. So we're doing monthly competitions. It's all recipe based. So for example, in April, we're doing the carrot salad. It's one of my favorites. It was simple, a very good one to start with. So literally all that you do is you make the carrot salad, you post it on the group, and you stand a chance to win an awesome triple orange hamper. So the idea is for you to have to join a competition, you show up, and we reward you for it. So if you're part of the membership for 12 months, you've literally done 12 awesome new recipes, and hopefully one of you. Okay. Then there's a whole tab on recipes. So Roseanne is on the call. Roseanne, she is my chef. We're working on more very exciting recipes. Yella, we had such a long meeting today. It's so exciting, the things that are coming. But we have all whole food based recipes for breakfast, lunches, dinners, soups, stews, treats, all of it that are fiber rich. You can go veggie or protein, so we include all of it. But you can amend your recipes as you like. And then the treats are refined sugar free. So we normally use dates and honey but it's awesome. It's really nice, delicious treats that you have. And we're constantly adding new fun recipes. Okay. So that's a top bar. Then I'm going to the side panel where you can see your profile. All of your things are here, your timeline, your connections, your groups that you're part of, the courses you're doing. And now, let me share your awards. So this is where the points comes in. So we literally award you for showing up. So you get points when you log into the membership, when you complete your profile, then when you support other members. So if you comment on a member and say, well done, whatever your recipe looks great, you actually get points. When you share recipes, you get points. The points unlock different levels. So there's two main levels to the membership. The first one is you start off, you're going to do the foundations course. I'm going to talk about that now. Once that is done and you got your points, you unlock your balance, calm, and ease tribes. So, of course, all of us on this call have different symptoms. So, some might have PCOS, some have endo, some have acne, some have irregular cycles. And we categorize those women in different tribes so that you know that all the questions that you ask, all the support you're getting is in a tribe of women that can actually really resonate with it. So, for example, the balance tribe is, let's say PCOS is one of the main things in balance. So, the master classes that Rose and I do is symptom specific. So, things like weight loss support, um, whatever, acne, or hair loss. So all the things that you really are struggling with is going to be in each of the tribes. Okay, so that unlocks once you've completed the foundations course. Another big thing that unlocks is your discount vault. So we collab with our favorite brands. So just to give you a sneak peek, for April, we collabed with Juice. So if you're familiar with Juice, you get a 10% discount if you go through my code. Pure Beginnings also gave us a discount code, and Triple Orange. So all hormone-friendly, healthy, natural ranges and people that we collab with. Of course, this is just going to grow. We're going to add a lot more of that. And this vault unlocks once you've reached that next level. Okay, so the first step, and this is where the step-by-step guidance comes in. You're going to do the course. So the course is the happy hormone habits that we identified that you need to implement, and all of us need to implement as a really solid foundation. Okay. I'm not going to go into detail into the course, but it's really, really simple. To give you a quick overview, you learn how to balance your blood sugar, how to understand your menstrual cycle, how to do coffee after breakfast. You're going to do somatic nervous system regulation, very simple ones. And you're going to implement and learn why eating more colorful fiber is so beneficial for your hormones. Okay. So we broke the things that you need into very, very simple steps. Okay, I think I covered it all. Did I show you the happy coins just one more time? Yes, I did show you the happy coins. Okay, so this is an overview of the membership. It is this beautiful community platform, but the biggest thing is we do support you with our classes. And yeah, okay. I could talk for days. I'm gonna stop my sharing now. I actually want to open up the floor. Hello. Is there any questions? You can unmute, please. You can also share it in the chat. Um, and also, like Narina, you're working with a lot of patients. Is there a few symptoms that you really see your women are needing support with that hopefully we are covering?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Um, I feel like nowadays you see them daily.
Mm,
It's not even like a weekly or a monthly thing. They pop up all over the show. Like I had a very severe endo case today. So yeah.
okay. Thank you. The one thing I also want to mention, working with practitioners. So Narina is a chiropractor. And the big thing is working in collaboration for me is such a beautiful thing. Because with endo, there's a lot of facets to it. So I think for the endo, she'll benefit a lot from Rose's nervous system stuff, the chiro work, and then getting the anti-inflammatory diet in to help with that relief. So the combination of those, just those three pillars already will make a huge difference for things that are severe like endo. Hi. Rose, I don't want you, I don't act, oh, Rose, would you actually just share a little bit about that, the endo part of it, and maybe a bit of your story now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I think my story, sort of specializing in nervous system regulation for hormone balance, specifically for women, began with my journey with endo. So I was already quite passionate about nervous system regulation. I've had a long history of anxiety, panic disorder, and yeah, more mental health struggles. And that's what led me to really want to fully understand nervous system regulation and apply all those things to my life, which started with things like meditation and basic mindfulness practices. But when endo came into the picture, I was kind of shocked at the fact that my body felt so unsafe that it had continued to go in that direction and sort of form endometriosis, and start developing these terrible symptoms, even though I thought I was doing enough to kind of combat those kinds of things like anxiety and trauma and things. And then I started learning about nervous system regulation because the endo had basically rendered me just like I felt disabled by it, actually. It was impacting my ability to work. I couldn't exercise at all. I was actually, it took a huge toll on my mental health. And it felt like no matter what I did, everything that I knew was just not working the same. I felt like my symptoms had just reached a new level that what I that the tools I had just weren't enough to combat. So it was challenging. I was kind of pushed into a corner where my mental health was to the point where I had developed agoraphobia. Again, it wasn't the first time. And I thankfully knew what it was. Like I understood what it was because it had happened to me before. And yeah, that got me recognizing that I knew there was something wrong. Deep down, I knew there was something wrong. And I had a challenging journey trying to figure out what it was. I did do a lot of tests and see a lot of doctors and try and get as much help as I possibly could. But I just felt like I kept getting turned away, being told that my symptoms were normal and that there was nothing wrong because my blood tests weren't really showing any significant markers for illness or disease or anything. So I would just keep being sent home and told that there was nothing wrong, and being prescribed antidepressants. And basically, it was very frustrating having my physical symptoms, which included significant pain and discomfort when eating as well. So my eating had sort of declined. I wasn't eating well, eating healthily. I was struggling to eat without feeling extremely like my energy sap or having anxiety after eating. So that it was kind of a downward spiral. But yeah, the being pushed into that corner and reaching this point where I just wanted to, I didn't want to give up, and I didn't want to believe that it, I couldn't believe that there was nothing wrong, because it clearly there was. I would go home and I would feel terrible and I would be bedridden, and I just felt frustrated to think that it was all in my head, because that's basically what I was being told, that no, it's all in your head. Take these antidepressants and your symptoms maybe will improve. But in my with a history of depression and being on antidepressants as a teenager, I, in my own body at least, know how challenging it can be to actually be on those medications, like with the side effects and all these things. So it wasn't something I was really open to. And then, yeah, I just kept searching, kept digging, and eventually landed with an amazing gynecologist that finally helped me and actually just listened. And yeah, when I found out about the endometriosis, it was a shock. But after coming to terms with the diagnosis and things, I was left kind of wondering what to do now. And that's where I kept doing research into what causes endometriosis, because it's a very mysterious condition at the moment. Anyway, with the research we have, it's still quite mysterious. So one of the most impactful studies that actually really got me interested in somatic work was a study about how endometriosis is linked to a traumatic past. So yeah, severe trauma. There's this just incredible study that pretty much directly links it to trauma, and it's basically the ratio of women who have endometriosis and trauma. It's something like, I think, above 80% of women with endometriosis have severe trauma, and it's, yeah, very interesting, especially childhood trauma. So I found that incredibly interesting, and to me, that's not something I'm just going to brush away. So understanding that, basically just looking into how I basically just questioned why. So why would trauma back in your past lead to something like the symptoms of endometriosis, these lesions, this imbalance in hormones? Why would it do that? And from my understanding, it had so much to do with the stress response and your body being in a stress response. If your body is in a stress response, which prolonged trauma or childhood trauma, it can do that. It basically can go into like a chronic stress state. And yeah, eventually your body just prioritizes surviving in the short term and puts those sort of long-term mechanisms like reproductive hormones on the back burner. So you might struggle with infertility, and you might, for some reason, your body causes these lesions and all these things. So yeah, still very mysterious. The body is very, very mysterious, but it worked. It really, really worked. Like, just implementing the strategies that I learned with somatic work and understanding that connection, that mind-body connection, and really, really going deep into that and applying those, practicing, just doing those daily practice of somatic work and regulating the nervous system, little things, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, slowly just integrating it into my lifestyle. Things really changed. And like, now, going from somebody who was completely bedridden and just couldn't work, couldn't not exercise, literally couldn't even go for a 10-minute walk. That's why my picture there that Bia showed up with my before and after. The before is actually me in the hospital with a panic attack, a terrible panic attack that sort of triggered the agoraphobia, and this a lot of my symptoms just spiraled down after that. And my after is me competing my horse in a competition. So that was kind
Yes.
of just this incredible contrast of what something as simple as nervous system regulation, it's like daily, tiny moments integrated into your lifestyle. And just that understanding how much of a difference it can really make. Like, not just in my mind, not just with anxiety. This is what I think a lot of people don't and fully know about nervous system regulation, is it's not just about trying to relax or feeling better in your mind. It actually physiologically allows your body to go from this chronic stress state where it's prioritizing short-term survival, so you may not sleep very well, your digestion won't work very well because your body doesn't think it's safe to do that. You may be struggling with infertility. All these physiological symptoms can dramatically improve when your body can move into a what we call a rest and digest state. It's just the long-term survival state. So yeah, your body can start like lowering the cortisol levels and increasing the progesterone can go up a bit. And it's just like it's just this lovely rebalancing of your entire system. Like, your nervous system is your entire system. It literally spans your entire body. Every little ounce of you is a part of your nervous system. So, I mean, basically. But yeah, so
Everyone can see why I got it in there. Like, the passion is there. Like, it's amazing, and I 100% agree with it. Nervous system it's a pillar, and if it falls, like, and I think that leads to one of the questions. Sadia asked, could this cause help patients suffering with fertility issues, difficulty to conceive? So I think in the holistic approach, yes. In theory, we're looking at nervous system, we're looking at nutrient restoration. which I think women are, yes, we've all done a bit of seesawing dieting. We've done a lot of, yeah, not looking at the nutrients needed, the amount of good fats we need. We, the combination, yes, we definitely can take women in that are in the path of fertility. Yes. Another question. Oh, yeah, awesome. Of course, Rose, thank you. Yeah, I see the comments. Your story is so amazing. And it is so inspiring. And I think a lot of women are going to resonate with it 100%. It's beautiful. We have one more question. Can I ask that one? Another question. Inability to gain weight associated with stress and fatigue and feeling weak. Yes. So that specifically is in the Calm Tribe, where we look a lot with master classes and those type of tailored guidance in the nervous system, the stress, the anxiety state. What supplements are needed for adrenal care? What food is needed for adrenal care? And then, of course, in that case, the somatics will be a game changer. And Rose, like you said, I loved what you said, is implementing in your day, getting the tools so you don't have to wait for a class tonight. You can already use last week's class to use the tools in the week and implement 5-minute things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every single thing that I teach in the foundations course, we do give you a somatic cycle syncing program, a 10-minute program that you can do every night. So that's something that is included in the course. And then every time we do a little exercise in the beginning of one of these webinars or at the end of the webinar, like the exercise I'm going to do with us when we close, is something that you can continue to do. It's things that are going to be super effective, that especially in these small little doses, it's like little reminders to your nervous system that you are safe and that it can relax. So it's just small things. It's these small little reminders basically that you need. And I think I should also just clarify what somatic cycle syncing is, if that's okay, because we do talk about it a lot. But basically, somatic cycle syncing is the term that I use to describe using somatics to regulate your cycle. So it's using somatic work to regulate female hormones specifically. And why that would be different to somebody else is you would use certain exercises at certain times of the month, and other exercises might be better for other times of the month. So if you have pain, there's certain exercises that are excellent for pelvic pain. If you have anxiety, you might use different exercises. Maybe if you have anxiety when you ovulate, you can use these different exercises, slot them into your cycle where your symptoms need them the most.
Jeez, this is so exciting. Like, I'm excited. Rose, like all the webinars, I'm like, we need some music now. Like it is yeah, the space, it is this. It's making it fun as well. Like making it fun while we're learning and implementing. Taylor, I can see, do you want to ask a question? So you popped up.
Sorry, I was figuring out how to raise my hand. My brain's not working. Um, I just wanted to say for anyone maybe on the fence, I did Bear's 3-month course last year and it was incredible, very insightful and eye-opening. And you do develop such a beautiful, tight-knit community. And I can only imagine that what you are now offering with this moving forward is going to be exactly that and so much more. So I think I just want to vouch. And Rose, so lovely to meet you. I just want to vouch for you both and say if anyone is maybe looking to get into your community, I would recommend highly yeah, start small, start with a loving community that will support you the whole way. And so proud of you both for creating such an amazing platform. So well done.
Oh, thank you, Taylor.
Okay,
It's so
thank
cool to meet
you.
you.
You're amazing. Yes. Oh, okay. I don't see any other questions, but please reach out to me. I would love to help to see if this is for you. Reach out. I mean, we're here to support you. Rose, will you end our session with beautiful somatics, and then yeah, we can all.
All right, so you have
Yeah.
one more. Okay, so firstly, just to start off, there is a little exercise I want to do with us. But let's just do a little stretch, whatever feels good. Move your body in any way that feels good right now. Just sometimes, oh, my shoulders and my neck is where my tension sits. So you've probably got your own place. Sometimes just a little movement. We're all just sitting and looking at a screen. So, and then, yeah, let us start with just if you are sitting down, you can do this exercise lying down as well, or standing, or you can actually do this exercise at any time, except for driving. I don't recommend doing this one in particular for driving. There are amazing somatic exercises that you can do while driving, though. But yeah, for this one, any other time but driving. And all that you're going to do, and the reason why this exercise works, let me just explain. It's something with our eyes, is that the vagus nerve, which is the nerve, it's almost like, I like to call it like the switch. It's like the switch that takes you from a survival mode state, like a fight or flight state, to the rest and digest state. So when you activate, you might hear terms like this online if you look up nervous system regulation, like activate the vagus nerve. And all that basically means is you do exercises that stimulate the vagus nerve, helping you switch from a fight or flight stress response to a rest and digest response. So the vagus nerve is this incredible set of nerves. It's actually a set of nerves that runs through your entire body, and it goes through the throat, but it also connects to your why am I losing the name? Your optic nerve, your eyes. So you can actually activate it even just with your eyes alone. And yeah, so one of the reasons why this works, besides just doing the vagus nerve, is that your peripheral vision, usually when you're in a fight or flight state, your peripherals, you're going to take in like a lot of detail, or you might even just be like in tunnel vision. So doing things that are sort of out of the ordinary, that's something you can only really do when you are safe. It's just going to sort of backward engineer and tell your body that you are fine. So this exercise is just called eye tracking. It's an amazing exercise, very, very popular somatic exercise. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep your head in the same position. So you don't want to move your head when you do this. You just want to allow your eyes to track. So if it helps, you can take your finger and bring it up in the sort of center at eye level, and then you can move it to the left, kind of as far as what's comfortable. So you don't want to strain your eyes doing this. You just want to do it where it's sort of comfortable, where it almost feels like you're kind of just getting like a little bit of a stretch in your eye, but not too much. And then just hold it there for a moment. You can take a deep breath or allow your breath to slow and deepen while you do this exercise. And you can keep your gaze kind of soft. So you don't really want to be doing this like looking as if you're stressed at your finger. You just want to allow your gaze to soften, resting it, like resting your vision to the one side. And then I like to time all my exercises with breath. So you can do that with me if you want. So I will take a deep breath in And as I exhale, I'll move my vision to the other side. Move my gaze and switch fingers if you'd like. This can be a little uncomfortable sometimes. Like sometimes it might make you might sometimes, if you're in a very stressed out state, might actually feel a little bit funny. But some signs that you are switching between a stress state and a relaxed state is that you might feel the need to yawn. You might start to feel a little bit tired. You might just something might come up for you in your memory, in your thoughts. These are just things that you can observe. Try not to attach any meaning to the experiences that you have when practicing somatic work. It's more just about observation and curiosity, really. Just having that sense of curiosity about your symptoms, or the changes that you experience, the shifts, is extremely powerful. So take another deep breath in and exhale. Bring your gaze to the center. You take a deep breath in and bring your gaze up. And then I like to call this one like a rainbow. So you take your eye down to the right, and then you basically follow up in a semicircle, almost like if you were looking at a rainbow without moving your head. So you can just follow your finger in a semicircle. You can go from side to side, just letting your vision track your finger. Not everybody benefits from the visualization aspect, but some people, especially if you have a very active imagination, people with anxiety often do. So in that case, adding a little visualization, like a little rainbow. Maybe if you don't use your finger, you can imagine you're looking up at a rainbow and just scan your vision over and over. Okay. And now just maybe just close your eyes or soften your gaze and allow your eyes to just rest for a moment. It's a bit of like an eye workout, that exercise. Let's just take 3 deep breaths together. In through your nose. So inhale. And out through your mouth, through pursed lips if it feels comfortable. In through your nose again. And out through pursed lips. And one last breath. In through your nose again. And out through pursed lips. There we go. That's a great exercise to do if you work a desk job or if you just find that you hold a lot of tension on your eyes. Yeah, it's just a nice way to stretch out the optic nerve and activate the vagus nerve as well. Like a double whammy.
Oh, Rose, awesome. Oh, I feel great. Thank you. See, I'm so excited to do all your classes. I can't wait. Okay. Thank you for everyone who attended live. I'm hopefully gonna see you all in the membership. And if you have any questions, let me open it last time. Any questions? Not yet. Nothing. Okay. Ladies, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. And yeah, hope to see you very, very soon. Bye.